guys, I'm gonna be showing you our actual program. Yay, finally. By the way, this is North. This is North. Okay, so this is the old program. It even has like some of our old details of the old company name. It used to be Mr. Kitty Media. It's now, and that website doesn't work, by the way, so whatever. This is not the latest stable version of it. And these two buttons are pointless, so yeah, this is also the good old days of the 1.1.b version that we had, which was very great until we just murdered it with features. So I'm going to click New. It even says not available at this time, so yeah. So I'm going to click Top Down and Create, and ta-da! You know, you're already in this space. So what is this space? Well, you have all these little grass, dirt, additive, and such, and you have your very simple tools. Actually, has a few tools, so you don't even have any more. Yeah, so on the latest one, you have some tabs here, tabs up here, and you can expand and do other things with this. But you know, it looks like a very minimal workspace, and it is. There's a lot of features I don't want to go into right now that are in the stable version, but this is going to show you just kind of how it works. So, you know, you click the grass here, and you just click. You know, you just click. It's that simple. Actually, very simple. And you right click to erase, and so you're like, okay, well that's extremely simple, and you only have 3. Well, that's wrong. Use your middle mouse button, and you can change through. You can add, you know, hundreds of textures if you want, just on one of these little tabs, and just scroll through them. You know, and this actually has more than one texture. You see, it says 2 textures. When you click, it chooses between them. So you have a nice variety and very natural looking kind of world that you're developing. So I'm going to go ahead and click Dirt. And this has 2. Additive has stone, snow, and sand. You know, and you're looking at these and you're like, oof, I don't know about those. It's like, well, these are going to change. We don't even have the circles anymore in the latest developer version because we got rid of them all. Because we just felt that you can produce the same look without needing to fill. Like we did the circles because we wanted to fill like large middle areas where you might not need a separation, but then we were like, nah. Okay, let's go ahead and make something so you guys can see how powerful it is. Now, if you're not a game developer, you're probably wondering, why is the background so weird? Well, in a version a long time ago, when we first started, we actually had water as the background. And your choices between Water World or Grass World. And it was silly. So right now it looks like I'm drawing a big turd. It's very powerful software. And you just click. I mean, it's that easy. And you can make stuff that looks actually very beautiful in game. And so hurry the fuck up. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy, I'm taking entirely too long. So basically, this is, you know, all you do. It's very simple. Very simple indeed. And then you know, you want to work on, get that nice variety of, you know, and how it looks. But yeah, this background is actually a transparent background, If you use GameMaker or something like that, you know, you import this in there. And yeah, and if you're not a game designer, you're like, well, I don't want that as my background. It's like, well, we'll have different options in the later versions, but this background is actually really good because this is a color that you would never use for anything. It's just one of those colors you never use. So when you actually export this as an image file, what happens is this is no longer a real thing when you import it into your game. And people who use GameMaker are really gonna flock to this as their #1 creation tool, I think, because it's gonna help them a lot. Now, this looks incredibly simple and such, but there's other stuff you can do. Just add a rock here and here. The rocks are much better. I actually hate this rock. I've always hated this rock. It's just the worst rock, and I don't know why we ever put it in there, but whatever. And dirt is awful. The dirt is awful. Why were we showing you one that's so outdated? Because we really want to show you how we've transitioned into the future, and we really want to save all of the little surprises that you'll have. Plus, there are some pretty game-breaking bugs, and this is the latest stable version of it, so there's not really any bugs at all, which is really nice. So, okay, it took me very few minutes. If I had just did this and not talked, then it would have taken me like a minute or two to create this. And so, you hit your export button, and you're ready to go directly into your game. Now you just start your game up, right? And you go in here. Very simple process. You load the thing we just made. It's transparent, so all this will be transparent. Especially if you use GameMaker. Then you don't have to use this method, but I use this method just because I like the positioning of it all. And so we got a little guy in here. Go ahead and take him out. And you just load it right in. And you take your little player, and delete underlying layers. Yeah, you always remember to do that. But and you can do a little more easier way with the backgrounds and such where it won't do that. But you always need to do that anyway. Delete the underlying layer. Then you save it, and we are actually ready to test it. Now that your game is loaded in, you can see your player would just traverse this little area here, and you'll just set up, your little blocks and stuff, however you want, and the overall process is actually really, really small to create something like this. And that's what we're aiming for, is to create beautiful looking environments and beautiful looking things like that at a very small time. This is not a long, arduous process. This is not difficult for anyone. Anyone can do this. So that just means that you don't have to create a major part of your game yourself. You have someone there. And, chances are this program is going to be less than 15. I don't know how Steam is going to... how much they're going to force me to up the price. Because I realize they want their cut. But I definitely hope that I can drive it as low as possible. For you guys. But yeah, and obviously this is not the final product, and obviously some of these textures are outdated, but the one we have now, has some tree models and different stuff like that. tree module which has brushes and sticks and stuff like that, and little stones, and so it's just going to allow you to create at a much faster pace, and that's what we want. We want you guys to be able to not have to worry so much and know that there's a company out there and someone who's looking out for you, and someone who's really wants to see good quality things to be put onto Steam, to where you don't have to settle for that blocky, square, horrible way of designing games. It's outdated. Let's be honest, it's outdated. There's a new way to do things nowadays. So, I now realize this is, not the argument to have over indie games is outdated, but you can make it look beautiful with, in minutes, rather than take hours out of your day developing tile sets and doing different things like that. But speaking of which, I'll go ahead and show you how normally this is done. Now, normally what you would do is clear all that out of here. What you would do is, like, you see how these this grid is set up, right? So normally what you would do is you'd have to go in here. I like personally to do that, and you would build 32 by 32, and then you would have to go, and this is 32 by 32, and it's like, oh well, I really need like an edge, a little edge, and you would have to go in here and you'd have to draw, and you'd have to try to make it look as decent as possible, and oh, I'm a spriter and stuff like that, and you'd have to go through all these steps, and it's like, okay, well, I've got an edge to my little island that I wanted to make. Oh, this is great, and oh yeah, and then I have to go back here later because I realized, oh no, I've messed up, and I have to fix the transparency to where it doesn't show, because this would be the transparent part, but it's not going to show up. It's going to say that this green is transparent part, so you got to put this in the corner of your texture, and just the hours that go into this, because I obviously need that to be transparent. I don't think it changed. So yeah, it's just a frustration for people that deserve better. I hope it goes through. Let's see, show preview. Yep, it went through. And just hours of this, and then you have to do something like this, or just develop the actual tile set, which takes even longer, and then you have to set that in there, and you're like, okay, well, I need something to go with this, and so you're going in here, getting in another one, and you want to go through this. It's like, some people enjoy doing this, but why not enjoy doing it while you know that you can sell it with us and then benefit from it, and then know that someone else benefited from your hard work, and it's like, oh, okay, I need that to attach to this, so let me go here and do that so it connects properly, so I know that this will connect to that other one. Do that, and develop it like that. It's and the other obvious the way you could do it is that you just take a huge sprite and do it like that and make the whole thing, but then you lose quality, and you also lose that randomization that you would have if you did it this way, a little random. But random is bad sometimes. Yeah, I'll need a corner to go in there, and you have to make all these different things that you have to do. And it's, at the end of the day, it's like, is it worth it? All that time you spent doing this. So I'm not even going to continue this. The point is, you can see how much time you would be saving someone else by getting this program put through. So, really, we just want to help people make games and make them look better, make them be better, and we hope to actually move into doing more things in top-down or platformers and stuff like that. But that seems to be the generalization of what people are doing as indie. So that's what we were aiming for, and I hope this was enlightening about what our program does. So remember to vote yes for us, and thank you.